Hey guys, so as you would have seen in my thumbnail, in this video I'm going to share with you guys how I created or refashioned a towel into a matching set of a shorts and bucket hat. So for this refashion, you're going to have to get your hands on towel. You can either do like me and go sales hunting. I got this for $15 TT. Get yourself a shorts that fits you pretty well. Make sure it is a non-stretch fabric. Get your hands on the bucket hat pattern. I got my pattern from the Essentials Club, so I'll place the link in my description so you guys could go to their site and get your hands on the pattern as well. Get yourself a piece of elastic long enough to give you the waist measurement you need, and get yourself your usual suspects: your scissors, your craft clips. If you don't have the craft clips, get yourself your regular little straight pins, your sewing machine. If you don't have a sewing machine, you can use that E600 glue because it is pretty strong and holds up when you wash it. And I always encourage you guys, it may be a little more work, but I always encourage you guys to get yourself needle and thread and just reinforce the areas that you stick, just to be on the safe side. You know, I always encourage that. So with all the materials cut down, let's get into it. Now, because my towel has all these pictures on it, I have to be very strategic with how I'm cutting. So it requires me to go one piece at a time. Jesus Christ. Now, if your towel isn't like mine, you could go ahead and do the usual, fold it in half, get your two pieces at a time, so forth and so forth. If you're not too sure on what to do, you can follow the link above. It'll take you to a video that will give you detailed steps on how to go about creating your shorts templates. Go ahead and sew along your curves. Now take your completed front and back pieces and attach them by sewing together the crotch area. And now take your pieces to the machine, attach them on the sides and create your elastic casing. Now, shorts are my quick go-to pieces, so if you need to know how to create your shorts and finish it up, you can follow the above link to the video where I give a full description. So because I want my hat to be reversible, I'm using two types of fabric: the towel and a denim. Now, because the towel is a very light fabric, I made sure that the second fabric was the denim to give it that nice, sturdy, complete finish. Now for the headband and brim pieces, you have to fold your fabric in half to give yourself a folded edge. This is because the brim and the headband pieces has to be placed on the fold to be cut out. This is how your brim piece looks and the headband piece looks. So right about now, you should have your two brim pieces, your two headband pieces, and your one circle piece. And what you did here for one piece of your fabric, you want to go and do for the next piece of your fabric. So go ahead, cut out the same amount of pieces with your next piece of fabric and come back and we'll start putting everything together. Okay, so in the end, you should have 10 pieces in total when you're ready to put everything together. You'll have 5 for one piece of your fabric and then 5 for the other piece of your fabric. We need, let's start putting the pieces together. Now take your headband pieces and you want to take them, line them up correctly and place them right side facing right side on top of each other like that. You want to take the brim, make sure you're lining it up proper, right side facing right side. Do the same for the other piece of fabric. Right side facing right side. And what you want to do is go to your sewing machine or take your glue or even your needle and thread, and what you want to do is on the headband piece you want to stitch both ends, and you're going to do the same for the brim. You want to stitch the both ends together. Okay, so now that we have both our headband pieces and brim pieces, it's time to connect everything. Now I'm going to work with my towel fabric first. To make life easier for me, I just fold the circle in half and found the side midpoints, so when it's time for me to line up. Now let's attach the headband to the circle, and what you want to do, if you open up the headband, you will notice that you have a shorter piece at the top right here. This is the aspect that is going to attach to the circle. Now you're going to leave the headband wrong side out, and I'm going to line up this side seam with this midpoint that I drew out here. I want to make life a little easier for me to line things up. I'm going to do the same, take this side seam and I am going to pin it in place with the midpoint. Right, and now all I'm going to do is just start pinning all the way around the hat. Okay, so far this is what I have for my little bucket hat. This is the towel and this is the jeans. So this is how it's gonna look right side out. See how nice it looks, and this is it wrong side. Inside out. Right, now it's time to add the brim. So you would be attaching the circular part, this small circular part, to the edge of this cap sort of piece, and you already have your side seam, so there's no need to go and make a mark. Keep your brim turned out. And what you want to do is just line up those seam lines, pin it in place, line up your seam line, pin it in place, and do the same thing that you did with the headband and the circle. Just go around and just pin everything in place. Alright, so here are my two bucket hats. But remember, I am making a reversible bucket hat. So on to the next step. But before I move on to the next step, when I reverse this and I'm using it with the jeans aspect, I wanted to have a style. I don't want it to just stay bleh like this. So I decided to take these buttons is buttons you'll normally use when you're making overalls. So they come with these holes at the ends of them so that you could put the flat aspect of it to keep it in place. So I wanted something quick. Now this is the front of my bucket hat for the jeans. So I was thinking I have 6, so I could probably put 2 in the front, 2 in the back, probably, you know, and 1 on either side. All right. So here is my denim aspect of my bucket hats. Now it's time to put everything together and complete this hat. So what you want to do is one of the hats, let it be right side out, and let the other one be inside out. Hey, I said it correct this time. Let it be inside out. And what you want to do is line up the sides of your hat. So line up all the correct side seams. That's one side seam connected, and this is the other side seam connected. And what you want to do is just go all the way around. But what you also want to do is leave an opening so that you would be able to turn the hat inside out. So I'm actually going to leave this opening right here. So I'm going to leave that big spacing, and I'm just going to continue clipping all the way around my hats. So what I'm going to do is, I just need to make sure. All right, so I'm going to start from this orange clip, and I'm going to go all the way around and stop by this yellow clip and leave this opening here for me to be able to turn the cat inside out. Okay. So here it is, stitched all around, and here is my opening. So I'm going to turn it inside out now. I'm going to take my time with this part. This is a lot of material to push through this spacing, and I don't want to rip anything. I just want to get my hat out. There we go. I don't know what just went on there with me. Okay. All right. Now this little unruly looking piece, all you're gonna do is tuck it in. Alright, you just don't need to tuck in so much, but all you need to do is tuck in the raw edges. Right, bam bam bam, bim bam boom, and run a stitch along there. And that is it. You is a complete. People don't use my bad grammar. Right, and that's it. You're complete. Just do a nice flat stitch all the way around to just keep some order to the end of the cap so it doesn't look so bubbly. You know, it'll have a nice flat look to it. And that's it. You're finished. And look, this is what it means to have it reversible. So when I'm wearing my shorts, it's gonna be like this, a Brian Lara promenade. And when I'm wearing one of my jeans shorts, I can flip it, reverse it, and boom shakalaka boom. I am super excited because this is the first time I created this bucket hat, and I am so proud of myself right now. I can't wait for you guys to do this, and I would love to see you guys reversible bucket hats and whatever designs you decide to do on yours. So guys, till next time, deuces.